When we first invite users into our application, they're invited in at one of the three basic roles: our app user, our power user, and our admin. But once they're in our application, it would be great to have more granular control over what particular users could access or view or update. And that's what the Manage Roles workflow offers us. So in the data section, below app users, there's a Manage Roles tab. And this gives us a flow diagram showing the roles and responsibilities within our application. It starts off with the three roles that we can invite people to, and we can add in as many custom roles as we might want. So the app user, I'm going to say, is our basic user, and I'm going to add in a role called inventory user. This is someone who will have access to our inventory table. I'll have another role, which will be our expense manager. He'll have access to the expenses, be able to read, write, and update those. I'll have another role, which will be the job manager, and a final custom role, which I'll have being HR manager. Now, for each of these roles, you can change the colors, either with one of the set colors that we provide or with a custom hex value. At the moment, there's no kind of flow or hierarchy. I could absolutely now just assign different things to these users. But what I can also do is I can say that the inventory user has all the rights and responsibilities of the expense manager, and the job manager has all the rights of the expense manager, the inventory manager, and the job manager, and the HR manager has got all the rights and the responsibilities of everyone who comes before them. Now, by default, I don't have to join these up because the admin user can do everything. So now that this is true, now that our expense manager, our inventory manager, job manager, HR manager are here, I can go through and start using those roles. So I'll go to the jobs table. At the moment, the access is set to app user, but I can set this to say, actually, this access is just for the job manager. Equally, I can go to the inventory and set that to be the inventory user. The expenses, I'll set that to be the expense manager. And the employees, I'll set that to be the HR manager. So the job user's got full read-write access to jobs. Inventory users got access to both of those, expenses and employees similarly. But maybe actually, instead of them being in that linear format, maybe each of the individual managers, the expense, inventory, and job, have only got access to their own details, their own tables. In which case we can have something like this, a multi-branching workflow where these individual managers have got access to their data and the HR manager's got this overall. The benefit of using a HR manager instead of the app admin is the app admin has got more control than we might want a typical user to have, even a power user. So we can use those roles for tables, but also if we have views of our data, we could use this for views. So for future jobs, maybe we want everyone to be able to see that. But for past jobs, maybe we want to limit that to be just the job manager so that they can sort of look back and have a look there. So we can use the roles for tables, for views, and also for screens. So if I had a screen that was going to update the employee's data, maybe it was going to be inline, then I can go to the screen and set the access. Now, by default, that's been set to HR manager because that's the role we set to this table on the back end. But we might want someone to be able to come to this screen and be able to see it. They won't be able to update the table, but they will be able to read the data as it comes through. This flexible and visual interface ensures that you've got granular control over who can see what in a user-friendly and clear way, giving you full control of permissions at every level.